guys, Shay here, only even bounce, hope you guys are well. So, I've just been at the hospital for a routine blood test, and I realised I haven't done a video on the third and final ODI between England and Australia, which resulted in a fantastic victory for Australia by 2 wickets. So yeah, let's get into it, guys. So yeah, I mean, obviously, England batted first. They got... well, basically it's a horrible start, wasn't it? Roy and Root got out first 2 balls of the innings, and that ended up being 0 for 2, which wasn't good. Obviously with Roy, quite a poor shot, really loose shot outside off stump, Stark, and then Root got out like he did last year to Stark in the World Cup. Just playing across his front pad, and yeah, it was LB. So yeah, it wasn't very good. Obviously, a terrible start for England. And then we had obviously runs come from Morgan Chitson with a few. Obviously, a line shake came from Johnny Bairstow with 112, I believe it was. A fantastic knock. That wicket actually, people haven't really talked about it, but I felt that wicket was a crucial one. Common's gone with a slow ball in the 40th over, or 41st over. And I feel like if he'd stayed there, England might have got to 320, 330, because obviously he was very well set. Obviously wasn't to be, and obviously got out and 10 overs to go. Billings was still there, but then he got out for pretty much a run of ball 57 or 58 balls, yeah. Playing obviously one too many reverse sweeps and got out. But played some nice strokes actually. Johnny Bairstow's innings was very, very good. He's had a good obviously ODI series. No, he didn't score many in the second one, but obviously the 80 odd and the 112 now. It's a very good overall series for him. Good for him. You know, bodes well as he heads to the IPL. And then we had Chris Woke showing his ability with the bat again, contributing 53 not out of 39 balls. So well done to him. Kind of really showing that what he can do with the bat this summer as much as the ball on. What it seems like, you know, won a Test match for us against Pakistan. He's done well, contributing down the order in coloured clothing. So yeah, that was good to see. And yeah, he made 302 for 7 in the end. A few runs, a couple of flows at the end from Rashid. Yeah, got us to 300. I thought 300 would have been really a winnable total for us with the bowling attack that we had, but yeah, obviously it wasn't to be, but it was still a, you know, competitive score. So yeah, Australia came out, especially when you saw how Australia started their innings. I mean, they were eventually 73 for 5. You know, Marcus Stoinis once again failed. Woke's got him out, and it's just not worked, has it really, him at 3? And I just wonder where he's going to go from here, you know, because he was given the opportunity to bat higher up the order. Warner got out cheaply, Finch got out cheaply, you know, and then obviously Stoinis, you'd hope Warner would have, you know, maybe had this opportunity there to contribute, but it wasn't to be. So he's failed again. I'm not sure where they'll see him going forward, if he's going to be part of the, well, if he'll make the squad, I'm sure, but the white ball team, I'm not sure anymore. I think he's probably going to be in the fringes. I imagine Matthew Wade will come into contention, or maybe they go with, like, you know, kind of Josh Philippe, you know, someone, bring in a new guy potentially, you know, maybe to take his place, but we'll see. We'll see how he does in the IPL for Delhi, if he gets any game time. If he does, he'll need to perform heading into their home summer. But anyway, yeah, it was, I mean, I said before that I felt that Australia kind of deserved to win one of the series. They played good cricket, and they were very close to winning the ODI series, and obviously narrowly missed out. So I think just on the balance of play, I think across the 2 white ball series, they deserved to win one of them. But yeah, 73 for 5, as I said before, and then the 11 Scotland was the 5th wicket to go, and then we had the Carey and Maxwell show, and that was just phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. They put over a 200 partnership, quite incredibly, and then Rashid got Maxwell, and then Carey got rid. Rashid got rid of Carey. Sorry, Archie got rid. Apologies. Sorry, Rashid got rid of Maxwell, and then Archie got rid of Alex Carey. I was going to be confused there. Yeah, so Maxwell made, I think, 108, was it? And Carey 106. Very different knocks, obviously. Maxwell a lot more aggressive, but you know, Maxwell's Maxwell, isn't it? Really, you know, he does what it says in the tin. If you're going to play him, you have to expect, you know, low scores, but then you can also expect on the flip side innings like that. I mean, it was like only second ODI 100, but it shows what he's capable of. You know, he's been given a lot of chances, and to perform in these 6 matches, and obviously he's delivered. He's got man of the series, hasn't he? I'm not sure if it's Australia or across the 2 teams, but he was voted man of the series for his scores in this ODI series. Alex Carey, I've given him some stick, to be honest with you, but he performed very well. I mean, he's a lot more measured in his approach, understandably so. Probably a little bit nervous, especially first up. Especially considering the situation, you come in at 73 for 5. You go into obviously quite tentative starting, but once you got going, those two, they were very, very good. They were very, very good, and it was a fantastic partnership. Let's be honest. England had, they played Rashid really well. I've also used part of the game plan, because going in with a lone spinner, especially in that wicket, if you can knock him kind of off course and take runs off him, it helps a lot more, isn't it, dealing with the other bowlers? And Wood did well. Archer a little bit more expensive, but still bowled okay. Obviously got a couple of wickets as well. And yeah, Tom Curran and Martin Wood there. So Chris Woakes bowled, I'd say, pretty pick of the bowlers. Obviously got rid of, just thinking here, got rid of Finch, and he got rid of, who was the other wicket? I can't remember now. Was it Stoinis? He got rid of Stoinis, didn't he, as well? Yeah, I think Colt Morgan got rid of Stoinis. And yeah, Woakes, I think, over a good game, very good game for England. But it wasn't to be. Morgan got a lot of slack for bowling Rashid in that final over when he could have turned to Tom Curran. But obviously Stark was there. He thought Rashid could do what he did to Stark what he did to Carey in the last match. Wasn't to be. Stark obviously can hit. We know that. And he obviously, first of all, went for 6, and that took all the pressure off Australia. He needed, I believe it was 10 to win that final over. And then he got it wrong. He went for the googly, but he bowled, it was down leg side. It was kind of an easy, kind of a sweep panel shot for Stark, and that was game over. But you can't knock the guy. I knew he could have gone to Tom Curran, but who knows? He could have conceded 10 off the first 4 balls like Rashid did. There's no guarantee he won't have. So people giving Morgan stick. He's like, as I say, give the head a wobble, because he's been brilliant, hasn't he? So it was captaincy that second match was just incredible. So listen, you're not going to win every game, is there? I mean, and reality is he's been unbeaten at home for 5 years. I mean, that's just incredible. Not lost an ODI series at home for 5 years. Unbeaten, I believe, in ODI series home and away for 3 years. It's just amazing stuff. So, but listen, it was a good. It was two competitive, closely matched teams. Missing obviously key players. Was Australia missing Smith, also missing Ben Stokes. But the two sides still evenly matched. I don't think of any real complaints from anyone really. Australia deserved to win on the balance of play across 3 games. So well done to them. So that's it really, guys. I'm trying to think anything else we need to discuss on this one. I mean, just all I'd say is, what a summer. I said before in a previous video, a preview video for this match, 3rd ODI. Just well done to the ECB for getting these games on. I know there's low crowds, but ultimately we don't watch the crowds, so you can sit at home. I know you got to come if you're going to go to the game. It's disappointing, but the majority of people sit at home. It adds obviously a little bit of atmosphere, of course it does, especially the kind of finishes that we've had in the white ball series. But I think we just need to be very, very, very thankful we've managed to get some live cricket, and a lot of it, a full summer programme of it. I think it's just brilliant, because it could have been a lot worse for us England fans. So that's it for me, guys. If you like the video, please comment and subscribe. That'd be great, and hopefully I will see you on the next one. Cheers.